such a good feeling to know that you're being recognized and that your hard work is being seen by others. And I love this job so much, and so when other people see that I love this job, it just makes it all worth it. So I'm very, very appreciative. I started as a caregiver my sophomore year at Purdue, and then I was with them for about 4 years. And then I stepped into the office role, and I was in that role for a little over 2 years. And then I took a step back and did caregiving again, and I'm going on another year, so almost 7 years altogether. So my degree was in human services. I wanted to get my feet wet and just kind of figure out what population I wanted to work with. So I started with kids. It was okay, but I can't do that on a daily basis, and so I come across angels. I applied, they interviewed, I did a couple assessments, and I was hired right away. And so once I got my feet wet in that, I absolutely loved it, and I've been with the elderly population ever since.
Ever since? Just kind of a calling.
Yes,
maybe
definitely.
some would say.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was definitely a new experience for me, and it makes me appreciate Barb and Deb and all of the angels and senior home care staff just a lot more, just because I do know what they go through with interviews and just getting great caregivers and making sure that we're meeting all of the clients' needs at all times. So it was definitely a new experience, and I loved it, and I learned a lot during my time. But I realized that being a caregiver was just my place to be. Biggest tip would just make sure when you do, if you are starting with this job, make sure you're 100% into it. And the biggest thing that I've learned is to really listen to your client, figuring out what they like, what they dislike, who they are and where they've come from. Find a connection with them, and then start building a rapport on top of that, because a lot of them, they just want companionship, and so a big part of my job is just sitting and talking with them and just figuring out what they like, who they are, and what we can do to best assess their needs.